All right, we're in. You got us turned off, right, on the board. Boom. We own it. Can't wait. There he is. It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. The Sportsocracy is heard everywhere you go on the iHeartRadio app. Seen everywhere on YouTube. Just go to thesportsocracy.com, click that live video link, subscribe to the channel, and join us in the chat. We are on the road. Ingles living the dream tour, working remote.
I'm never leaving. Straight up, I'm going Matt Foley. Listen, Dad, I think I need to move in. I'm not sure that's necessary, Matt. I don't give a crap what you say. I'm moving in because I'm tired of living in a van down by the river.
Yes. The Ingles Living the Dream Tour is live from the iHeart Charlotte studios. We are in the palatial digs that they have down here.
This is like the perfect combination of all the things that I don't get in Asheville.
I don't want to leave.
Because we're way up high like I am in Greenville, but everything works super well. We set up 3 hours to get all this set up. It took 6 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at Bobby, the lovely woman that's been taking care of us since we walked in here, and just went, I'll see you Tuesday when we come back from Labor Day, because I'm just coming back to Charlotte.
Right. Jeremy, there's a giant apartment complex right next to the iHeart building down here. And well, it's not the iHeart building. We have a floor in a business park down here. But there is there's an apartment building like right on the parking lot. And Jeremy says he's convinced he would live there and work in this building.
Yeah,
and
I need you to get the truck to the tailgate spot. I have a meeting with them at 3. So
we're
going to sign some paperwork. We did a credit check at lunch. I'm going to need you to take over for about an hour.
Right.
Kind of like now I do need to preface this. Do we have super chat buttons today? Because we have a mess of super chats.
We have super chat buttons, but I did not go over that with Brandon. Brandon, the super chat buttons are the green ones on the button bar that say money. And if you can hit one of those, that'd be great. Nope, didn't hear it. Okay, all right. So what's the super chat of the day? We'll work that out.
So that is the one thing, is that the way we're set up, I can't hear certain stuff, and he can't hear certain stuff, which is we're still figuring that out.
Right.
The first one is from Colin, and I'm going to read all these together because they're all kind of in the same vein. Just saying, Jerry Jones is the dumbest owner in the entire league. The Packers won the trade by a mile with how bad the Packers falafeled the Cowboys. Much love, and please go check out the new channels in Discord. That is one thing from Colin. Starting next week, we will have, with the House of Reprehensibles, you'll be able to add in segments to the show, vote in polls, different things that Colin is running for us, because I am too busy and way too stupid to run Discord, so he volunteered to do that for us.
That's awesome.
So thank you, Colin. We appreciate all the things that people in this.
The biggest mistake.
Whoa, that's
Sorry
scary
about that.
That one I heard.
That one you did.
That one I heard.
Apologize for that.
But thank you to Colin.
Yes.
We also have another one from Notorious B.I.G. Said, so you trade the best player 1 week before the season begins to another team that always beats you in the playoffs. Jerry needs his diaper changed.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're seeing a trend. So I'm going to get to all these, and then we're going to talk about this. Red Sea with a $20 super chat. I got it
with an ample one.
I got to cinch the belt up with a Jimmy Johnson-esque. How about them Cowboys?
It is harder and harder to be a Cowboys fan these days.
And then Sir Jimothy, forever undermining Cowboys Nation, Jerry Jones. I'm about to enter the fan transfer portal. Oh, my hope relies on the Florida Gators this year, which your hopes should be here with the Gators and about here with the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tank, for those that have been living under a rock, tell the people what we're talking about.
Well, Micah Parsons yesterday got traded. Breaking news as we were in the parking lot for the NC State-East Carolina game, which we've got plenty of notes about that, and we'll get into in just a little bit. But
we're going to see 12 teams this weekend. The two worst ones we saw last night. Undeniably, to me.
We got to wait and see.
We got
Charlotte tonight.
Yeah, Charlotte's not great, but Charlotte at least does have a Power 5 quarterback. Between NC State and East Carolina, they had zero.
Unless Appalachian State just pounds them.
Which they will.
Makes them look terrible.
They will. It doesn't change the fact that the best quarterback we see in these two games, one will be from App State, two will be from Charlotte, and three was probably from Crest High School.
East Carolina.
What'd I say?
You said Crest High School, and I said, no, he was from East Carolina. He was the third best quarterback in that group. C.J. Bailey's terrible. We'll get into that in a minute. Anyway, we're getting sidetracked. Micah Parsons gets traded to the Green Bay Packers of all teams. That was one of the things that shocked me the most was when we talked about possible landing spots for Micah. I thought there's no way that the Dallas Cowboys would do a deal with, I don't know, I mean, like a rival. Right, the Green Bay Packers, for better or worse, I mean, they are a longtime rival of the Dallas Cowboys.
So I have to tell you, last night we're in the tailgate lot. I get the notification right before Schefter tweets it. I start trying to find the trade comp because I'm like, I know what I've heard, and if it's what I think it is, Dallas Cowboy fans are about to lose their minds.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down. I don't think my face changed for 5 minutes because I didn't actually say it to you guys. I was trying to find the trade comp before I said anything. And I mean, there's really only one response if you're a fan of a team that's not the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
You've had one defensive player that was worth 18 cents, and you just, nope. No, we do not like defense around here. And then Jarrah comes to the podium, and I wish he would have channeled his character from Landman and just sat down and gone, well, I own this here team, and I didn't like him, and so he doesn't play here anymore. I don't know why Jerry Jones turned into Morgan Freeman.
I'm not really sure either.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
I swear to you, I think Jerry Jones watched the Gambler and his Cowboys on Netflix and went, I don't like how they portrayed me there.
Mm-mm.
I didn't win that Herschel Walker deal, so I'm going to trade the next best player. Give Jimmy Johnson the credit. How dare you?
I really can't disagree with you more because I think he feels like he is upheld as one of the greatest minds in football because he lives in a different world than we do, right? You said going through that documentary, you can watch Jimmy Johnson and Jerry Jones, and neither of them ever changes their mind. None of them ever relents and says, no, it was my fault. I mean, both of them say, well, maybe I could have done this better, but ultimately in the end, they both think that they were right. Right? Jerry thinks he did it, and Jimmy thinks he did it. We all know Jimmy did it, but Jerry wants to take the credit because Jerry owns the freaking team. And I think he looks at that documentary and goes, I'm the guy who's in the right here. Look at me. Look at all the things I did, and I can do it again. I don't have to bow to Micah Parsons. I'm the great Jerry Jones.
I didn't really plan on going this path, but this is where I'm going to go. I think this is a really good example of there are times to look at people that live in an echo chamber, and they're so deluded that they have absolutely no idea how the public feels about them, and they don't care. If you told me 2 years ago that with all the contracts coming up, Micah Parsons would be the one that did not get extended by the Dallas Cowboys, I would have had you drug tested immediately. And if you passed it, I'd have done it again. I would literally have done it until the urine The urine told me what it was that you were recreationally ingesting.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make any sense. There is no happenstance that the Dallas Cowboys have been irrelevant for 30 years. If they didn't have the star on their helmet, they would be the Jacksonville Jaguars. We would never talk about them. But Jerry said it in the documentary. He said it over and over and over and over again of, well, Dallas Cowboys that's a soap opera. 365 days of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm. It's the greatest show on turf.
And I'm going to say this, and I mean this, and some people won't like it, and I'm not going to lie to you, I don't care. Jerry Jones has tried to prove for 35 years that he's not just some hick idiot from Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
And in the last 5 years, he has done nothing but prove to us that he is just some dumb hick from Arkansas. Mm-hmm. Not because he's a dumb guy. He's not a football guy. Okay, this is a guy that in 1997, after having already won 2 Super Bowls, had to look at the GM of the team and say, or not the GM, had to look at one of the scouts and go, remind me again, what positions are important on defense? You've been drafting players for 7 years and you don't know what's important because you cannot cede control to anybody else. This is like the moron that you see that buys a restaurant and thinks, well, I made a ton of money in real estate. I can go run a restaurant or I can go run a bar. And the next thing you know, they've lost $400,000 because they won't listen to anything that anybody else says. Mm-hmm. The difference is he's doing it with a $10 billion property known as the Dallas Cowboys. If it wasn't for Jimmy Johnson, the Dallas Cowboys and the Cincinnati Bengals would be the exact same team. The only difference is one of them's got money and one of them doesn't. Mm-hmm. There would be no difference at all. I am angry, not even really. To me, it's funny. It's funny what happens to Jerry Jones. What gets in my head is, as a lifelong New York Jets fan, I have watched a team that just tortures my Sundays. And I realize now that the Dallas Cowboy fans are in no better shape than I am. Because you actually got a taste of this. You got Troy and Emmett and Michael and Leon Lett and Charles Haley and Larry Allen. You got to see what it was like. I've never been there. The best I got was Rex Ryan and Mark Sanchez. And I can tell you how much that burns me just having experienced that. You got to the top of the mountaintop. You got to where you should have been the New England Patriots of the mid-'90s, and you weren't because your owner can't get out of the way. And now, 30 years later, he's crazier than he was in 1995, and he doesn't care. So he just looks at every fan with his stone-cold Steve Austin middle birds up going, what are you going to do about it? So I ask you this question. Mm-hmm. Jerry Jones is 82 years old, and he's got way more dollars than he has since. Will Jerry Jones see another playoff win in his lifetime?
No.
I agree with you.
No, I don't believe he will.
We drove from Raleigh, North Carolina to Charlotte this morning, and half of the ride I sat in stone-cold silence because all I could think about, Jerry Jones this team will never win another playoff game as long as Jerry Jones is in charge. Mm-mm. Because now it's not even about winning. It's not even about I want to win. It's not any of that. It's I want to win. I want to do it my way to prove as my lasting legacy that I can get one more Super Bowl that doesn't have a thing to do with Barry Switzer. It doesn't have a thing to do with Jimmy Johnson. It can be any moron that I put in as the head coach, Brian Schottenheimer. Mm-hmm. It can be any moron that I find to run my offense, my defense, my special teams. It's my guys that all cede to Jerry Jones because nobody else would hire you. And I couldn't stop thinking about that line in the documentary with Jimmy Johnson where he said, I could get 500 people to win a Super Bowl with this team. And I think he still believes that. I think he believes that he has built a business that is so good because the brand is so good. Mm-hmm. The brand doesn't mean squat. I hate to tell you that. This is as a marketing guy. Your brand means less than nothing when it comes to winning in the NFL. If you don't believe me, think of the teams in your lifetime that have been dynasties. The Kansas City Chiefs, maybe the dullest brand in the NFL.
Yes. The
New England Patriots, before Tom Brady, half of NFL fans could not tell you they played in Foxborough. They thought they played in Boston. Mm-hmm. That's two of the most boring brands out there. They've done what you will never do. You know why? Because they care more about winning than about it being a soap opera. And the Dallas Cowboys.
As long as people are talking, any press is good press. I've always hated that mindset because I don't see how your brain gets there. If people are out there talking bad about you, that's not good. It's not it's not good promotion.
So you don't know how Jerry Jones got there?
No. What I'm saying is he's got this mindset. He's got that mindset of any press is good press, right? As long as they're talking about me, that's what he wants. He wants Dallas in the news, but he doesn't care how it reflects on him.
Do you know why he thinks that way?
Why is that?
Because that's how it works in oil. If you're talking about me, I'm winning. Because there are 100, 200, 500, 5,000. I don't know how many guys are out here drilling oil wells, but if you're the one if I'm the one you're talking about, I'm winning.
Mm-hmm.
Because my oil is what everybody wants. Because you're not going to talk about me if I don't matter. The only way I get talked about is if I matter. Jerry Jones is the definition of the little scrawny kid that wanted to be the big bad bully.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many properties you have. It doesn't matter how many diamonds are in the ring on your finger. None of that matters because your IQ is not high enough. Not in this. You have no clue.
Right.
The way you bungled this Micah Parsons thing, you took a kid that grew up rooting for your team. He grew up a lifelong Dallas Cowboy fan. And you pushed him so far away that he went, I'm okay to live at the Little Sturgeon Bay Pleasure Club, the Snake Trail Pleasure Club in Little Sturgeon Bay. It's probably where Micah's renting a house.
Right.
I promise you.
Right.
I'm okay with that to get away from here. That's how bad you have wrecked this. And now you just constantly keep getting up in front of cameras and you're talking. I don't actually think he believes most of this. I think he's so locked in on the drama. I got to be a soap opera. I got to be a brand. I got to be the Dallas Cowboys.
I guess somewhere in that warped brain, they have. I mean, the family has to come together and get him gone. Like the family has to come together and figure out a way to get him to step away. I don't know how you. I don't think there really is a way to do that.
Well, I don't know how you do that.
Right.
And I'll tell you,
Stephen and the daughter and I mean they have to have a meeting with Dad and say, look, you're embarrassing us.
Well, but here's the thing: if it wasn't for Dad, you'd have never been here.
Absolutely.
This may be the longest con we've ever seen, and nobody ever talks about this side. Jerry Jones is in the greatest echo chamber I've ever seen because the CEO of the team is his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
The CFO of the team is his daughter. The CEO of the team is his son. It's nothing but family. And he says, oh, I want to do this with family. I want to win with my family. Is that it? Is that it, or do you leverage people because you know they won't speak out against you? You know, what is Stephen Jones going to say right now? If Stephen Jones walks in that room and goes, Dad, well, actually, let me say it the way, in my head, the way it would go.
Dad, I don't know if you ought to keep doing this because, you know, I'd like to win at some point because we just keep losing. It's not fun to lose.
You know what Jerry's response to that's going to be? Shut up and go to your room. I'm the only reason you're here. There's not an NFL team. There's not a CFL team. There's not a UFL team. Hell, there's not a high school in this country that would hire Stephen Jones to mop the floors. But Jerry Jones has built this whole empire off his family.
Mm-hmm.
And so for me, I hate it for Cowboys fans. Sir Jimothy, who sent me a text this morning that said, literally, and I quote, Jerry Jones has become the Joe Biden of the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Hurst, who texted me as soon as it came down and went, is this how it feels to just hate your team all the time?
Yep.
And I can do this for the next 10 minutes of people that have messaged me and just going, what are you hearing? How did this happen? I'll tell you how it happened. Because Jerry unilaterally went out on a cliff. How he got there, I don't know. Did it have anything to do with, was it Micah specifically? I don't think so. I think this was the one where he drew the line in the sand. Because he got housed on the Dak Prescott deal, he got housed on the CeeDee Lamb deal, and he was dedicated. I'm not getting worked over here. Because he knew I can't win this way. He can't win the way he's set up right now.
Yeah.
But you did it to you.
Mm-hmm.
That's like getting mad, looking in a mirror and getting mad at yourself because you're doing destructive things. You did it.
Mm-hmm.
You did it. You're the one that signed a reverse mortgage. You're the one that got addicted to whatever drain cleaner or whatever it is that you're addicted to. Frankly, I don't think anything short of chemicals can make you this crazy.
to watch him sit in front of a camera and just with a big old smile on his face talk about how this trade went down. If you've seen that clip, you know what I'm talking about. He's just, well, we talked to all the teams that had the cap space, and we looked for all of the teams that had great tackles, great interior tackles, best tackles in the league. And he's smiling ear to ear the whole time he's doing it. And the only thing that I can think about is he's not there. His mental faculties have gone.
I want to hit this because I think it's a really good line from Gary Birch. He said, "Power is a drug."
Yeah,
he's right. And he also said, "You're absolutely correct about winning, but you're dead wrong on the brand." No, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. All the sports media talks about them constantly for ratings. They make billions and billions from themselves in the NFL. You're right. And the Dallas Cowboys could not win another game for the next 20 years. And guess what? We'd still talk about them. You know why? Because the brand's established.
Mm-hmm.
I went to school to market brands. Once you establish the brand, all you have to do is make sure you don't typhoon the brand into the rocks. Pepsi doesn't have to do anything. Just don't do something stupid. Bud Light doesn't have to do anything. Just don't do something else stupid. I was nice.
Cracker Barrel.
Just don't do something stupid. You're fine. Once you build a brand, there is nothing more. You can make it bigger, and that's fine. You know what makes it really bigger? Winning. If the Dallas Cowboys went on a 3-year run where they were in the NFC Championship, went to the Super Bowl, and were in the NFC Championship, guess what? The brand would be worth $15 billion instead of $10 billion. Because every clothing store in America would be selling Dallas Cowboy gear. You know what they don't do now? Sell that. You know why? Because nobody buys it.
Yep.
So the fact that we talk about it for ratings is because there's so many of you fans that want to hear your opinion come out of our mouths because you're angry. And you want to get two people that could not give a rabbit's droppings about the Dallas Cowboys go, "You're right. Everything you're saying is 100% accurate. He is a lunatic. He's out of his mind. And I think Roger Goodell should seriously consider taking this team from him because that's how bad this has gotten."
Right.
That's why we talk about it. That's why that works. It's not helping the brand. None of this is helping the brand. People calling you a moron every single day is not making you look better. The brands are already established. He has the deals. And I think that's the most infuriating part, is that Jerry, the marketer, is brilliant. The fact he got deals in the stadium, he got the things. There is not one square inch of that stadium that's not branded. There's a big AT&T sign that looks right. It feels like it looks right into God's backyard because there's a huge sun right behind it.
Yeah,
it says AT&T Stadium that AT&T probably paid $40 gajillion for. You brand it all. The branding's fine. The branding's done, buddy. You don't have to do the branding anymore. You have to win.
Yep.
Because right now you have the most disenfranchised fan base in the NFL. Fact or fiction?
Fact.
Because you've been to the mountaintop.
Exactly.
The Jaguars ain't been there. The New York Jets haven't been there. The Cleveland Browns haven't been there. The Detroit Lions haven't been there. You have. And you ran this into the ground.
And it's gotten worse at every stage. And now he's kind of in the position of the New York Giants were in. You picked the wrong damn guy. Because I think of all the people that you were gonna pay the boatload to, right?
Micah was 1, 2, and 4. CD was 3, and you could have let Dak do whatever Dak wanted to do. It
Bingo. You picked the wrong guy. You picked the quarterback, and we told you when you signed the damn quarterback. What was that, 2 years ago, to the long-term $60 million a year deal that you screwed up. And Jerry they'll never recover from this. Not in Jerry's lifetime. This is ridiculous.
Now,
we have to take a break.
The first half of the first hour of this program has been brought to you by Ingles Supermarkets. Low prices, love the savings. Parks 40, Hendersonville, Clarissa Sales, WNC.com, DraftKings Sportsbook, and many other wonderful sponsors that we will tell you about over the course of this day.
Indeed.
But now we got to talk about the part that actually matters. The Dallas Cowboys, we're almost football time. So, the all-season drama, that's when we talk about Dallas.
Yep.
Now we're getting to the point where Dallas doesn't matter. What does this mean for the Green Bay Packers? That's what's actually interesting to me.
We'll discuss it when we come back here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. All right, excellent. All right, we pushed that a little far.
We did. We'll do all the bangers at the end of the show.
All of them in one shot?
I can't hear any of the stuff, so it's going to be really.
Oh, that's true. Well, he found the thing like right as soon as I gave up and started talking. So he knows where the button is now. Yeah, there is.
You will have to run the super chats because I can't hear it.
Yeah, just the rap and money. Just alternate between those. Or gimme. Oh no, I'll say, hey, we got a super chat from so and so, and then I'll pause and you just hit that button as tight as you can. Yeah. We have several of them to get to. So when we come out of here, let's hit all the rest of the super chats, and or do you have a long little dissertation here on the Packers, or do you just?
I'm following your lead.
Well, I'm saying, do you want to fit that in, try to fit that in, or wait and talk about that after the next break? Because this is just going to be a short segment before the bottom of the hour.
I'm sitting over here like a little kid waiting on mommy to pick him up, take
all
him
right,
to the
so
playground.
let's bust through the super chats, and then we'll talk about the Green Bay stuff on the other side, so you can get more detailed.
That works perfect for me. Here's what I don't understand. Why can I hear the playback just faintly in my headphones?
I don't know.
I just don't know where it's coming from.
What are you plugged into?
The plug underneath the...
So you're plugged into the board?
Yeah.
Are you hearing it out of my headphones? Maybe. Are my headphones so loud that you can hear it?
Cover them. Bring them closer. That's exactly what it is.
What in the...
DNA said he's so happy about his team that he might buy us both cheese heads and send them to the studio. I'll totally put it on my shelf.
I'll definitely wear a cheese head.
Oh, I'd wear it too.
All right, and we'll come back out of this commercial with the rejoin music, the tour rejoin. Nope. It's on the button bar. Stop hitting play. Hang on. You got to stop the commercial. There we go. We are back in the Sportsocracy, coming to you live from the iHeart Charlotte studios.
The palatial.
Studios.
I'm going to sleep here. I'm going to go curl up on that couch in there and just take me a nap.
Yeah, I already, our good boss man, Zach, sent me a text message, said he was on his way out of town and he was listening to us and said we sounded real good and wanted to know if it was all good, getting set up here. I said, absolutely, it was easy, and we're staying. I apologize.
Yeah, sorry, we're in Charlotte now. Apologies. I was just going to slide into the cat. Hey, you want me to talk about sports on Monday? Oh, dude, I do it.
He said the downside of us staying, though, would be that we'd have to talk about the Panthers more, and that's...
I'm okay with that. Hey, Adam Thielen trade. You did smart things.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, you did smart things. You had a receiver that was not going to be there when things. I mean, because look, Carolina has shown, and I'm just going to be honest about this. Carolina has shown they have an ability to get receivers. All right, I like Tedoroa McMillan. Jalen Coker was a nice hit last year. I think Liggett will be fine. I know you're not as fond of him as I am.
I love Xavier Liggett.
Okay, somebody in my universe does not love him as much. Jimmy Horn seems to be a hit. I think they will probably get Hunter Renfrow back, just solely because he's going to look around the league and go, what really is my other option? Not saying that he didn't have another option, but another option where he's going to be that high in the pecking order. I thought it was a brilliant move by Carolina.
I agree. You got good draft capital for, let's be honest, Thielen was washed, and look, he's still fine, right? And he's still going to serve a purpose, and he could be a good piece for Minnesota.
You almost got the same compensation that the Denver Broncos got for Devin Vele, who I believe the New Orleans Saints thought could fly.
J.J. McCarthy, he's used to keeping the ball within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. And now he's got another weapon to be able to do that with T.J. Hawkinson and Adam Thielen, and then, of course, the deadly Justin Jefferson over the top. I think it works out for everybody. I mean, Minnesota gave up a little too much, but, you got the reunion story coming back. That's a branding move. That was fun. That was a fun branding move for the Minnesota Vikings. All right, let's
That was also a fun branding move for us. Dave, see, we can talk about the Panthers. I can do this for 3 hours.
Absolutely.
Just don't make me leave.
Let's hit some of these super chats on the YouTube here. All right, the first one here. Fade that down for me. We got this is from Great North Sports. Shout out to the listeners for jumping into the Listener League, as discussed on Great North. Do you have stakes for us now? How about some swags?
We can definitely do swag. Swag is really easy. Stakes. Ooh, I want to come up with a bad punishment for who finishes last. Whoever finishes last in the Listener League has to board up and just be our assistant for the next 365 days. So it'll be like that Seinfeld thing when Jerry had his sitcom.
Yeah.
Suit him. He had to be my butler. Didn't make any sense, but I think it's fine.
But here we are. Okay. All right. We've got another one from Red Sea. All right, he says, should I put an APB out for my Cowboys friends because they ain't answering their phones when I text them?
No, they're drunk.
Yeah.
They're pouring one out for Micah Parsons. I mean, look, it's hard to answer your phone sometimes. You just pick it up and go, which button is end? I don't want to talk to you. I know what you're going to say.
All right, we're putting Brandon to work here because we got more. Let's do another one. All right, Sir Jimothy says Dallas Mavs trade Luka. No one is dumber than the Mavs GM. Jerry Jones enters the room and says, hold my prune juice and warm milk.
And Metamucil keeps the trains on schedule.
That's right. Keeps me regular.
Got to be regular if you're going to be
Right.
the GM and owner of the Dallas Cowboys.
You got to keep that glory hole flowing.
Oh, my. Oh, my God.
Jonathan Welch.
Now we're definitely going to be asked to leave.
Jonathan Welch has another super chat. He says, the Packers are them boys.
We're going to get into the Packers.
I don't think so.
I think you and I are going to have a very different take on this.
Okay. All right. I don't think they're them boys. Makes them better, but I don't know how much. Again, we'll get into it after the next break here. Let's do one more and then we'll take this next break. This one was another one from Sir Jimothy. He's in a giving mood because he's in pain. And he says, drinks on me for my sorrows. I hope y'all have a blast on your trip. I'm proud of y'all. Thank you.
Well, I mean, the question is, it's not necessarily how much fun we're going to have. The question is, how much sleep are we going to get? I do. And now I will say from a marketing standpoint, sometimes you fall into just an absolute windfall of an idea. Because we called this the Living the Dream Tour, and I probably won't have one of those for like 6 days because I slept about 43 minutes last night.
Hopefully, we'll get some sleep tonight, though.
I will say I doubt it.
We've got a nice little hotel room here in downtown Charlotte. We'll be hitting up the Appalachian State Charlotte football game at Bank of America Stadium.
You going to be running that CPAP again?
I don't have a CPAP. What are you talking about?
You should. For sure, you should.
Should I?
Frankly, so should I probably. But
I don't think I have the apnea, but it's.
I know for a fact I do. Amy's told me multiple times.
Yes, you do.
There are times that you just go dead silent for like long enough that I go get the mirror, put it slide it under, and then you go. Oh, he back.
Just smack him one time in the chest.
He back.
Just revive him in the middle of the night. Yeah, you got to keep a watch on that. You might need a CPAP. That can lead to tragedy.
I could sleep with it. That noise would drive me bananas.
See, that's maddening. You need it to survive, but you won't sleep with it because you can't stand it.
I think we just need to have a surgical procedure that maybe widens the airways. You could widen an interstate. Why can't you widen an airway?
All right, the Eagles Living the Dream Tour is on the road. We are live from the iHeart Charlotte studios today here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll be right back. All right. Okay, I put the tour rejoin in the log. Yeah, so now you can hit F9 and not start the commercial break. That's fine. I knew exactly what was happening. I was like, nope, just hit the wrong button that time. It's all good. It's all good. I got it rebuilt. When we come out of this break, you just hit F9 to start that tour rejoin. And after the big hit of the music, bring it down pretty quick because it's super loud in my headphones. I mean, not too quick, but, cut it down to 20. Yeah, cut it down to like 20 and just let it sit there for a while. Yeah. That should be on. Oh, that'll just be on the A serve. Yeah. Charlotte has snacks.
Which is awesome.
I like the Welch's fruit snacks, but the oatmeal cream pies really do make me feel at home.
That was a very loud can opening.
It is ESPN Asheville. This is the Sportsocracy, and we are on the road. The Eagles living the dream tour. It is stop number 2, day 2. Yesterday, we were in Raleigh for the NC State East Carolina game. Today, we are coming to you from the iHeart Charlotte studios, high atop South Tryon Street in downtown Charlotte. It is a Football Friday, Jeremy.
Football Friday.
That was a good one. He's a little timid about doing the Football Friday too loud because maybe somebody will hear it.
Well, no, I'm saving. I'm trying to save all my gumption for bangers.
That's right. We got a bunch of bangers coming up at the end of the show. Jeremy will give you his best bets for the weekend. Green Bay Packers. The Green Bay Packers, are they them boys now? To me, Detroit is still the favorite in that division.
I agree.
This brings Green Bay one step closer.
What can Green Bay not do?
What can they not do?
Mm-hmm. What has that front office shown absolutely zero ability to do over the last 20 years?
What's that?
Draft stars.
Yeah.
They draft well.
Mm-hmm.
They draft good players.
Mm-hmm.
They can't draft stars. So you ain't got a star. This is Reggie White 2.0.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do a good job of drafting pass rushers. So we will pay a premium to get a young one in his prime that we never intend on letting out the door.
Mm-hmm.
At least not until he's so far past his prime.
Should.
It doesn't really matter.
Right.
I can't give this enough pluses for the Green Bay Packers, and I don't give a big – don't know how to finish that – how much they paid. I want you to think about what I'm going to say.
Absolutely.
When we went into the offseason, the highest paid pass rusher in the NFL made how much?
When we went into this offseason?
It was Nick Bosa.
It was 31,
34.
32?
$34 million.
Okay.
We now have 5 that make more than that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's going to keep going because the NFL just keeps churning. So over the course of time, it's going to be a lot now. Jordan Love's a lot now. Who else do you have to pay? Who else are you looking around going, oh, he's going to get top 5, top 10 in the industry money?
Mm-hmm.
You got Xavier McKinney as a free agent, young.
Gary.
You got Edgerrin Cooper. Rashad Gary's not getting top of the market money. Rashawn Gary will be lucky if he gets top 15 in the market money because he's not that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't like it? Cool. I could put Tank Spencer on the opposite side of Micah Parsons, and guess what? He's going to get home. Lucas Van Ness should be able to get home on the opposite side of Micah Parsons. It just doesn't matter. So, yes, I am paying 2 guys at the highest of high sides.
Right.
But I don't care. This team has always been able to draft depth. They've always been able to get that tight end in the 5th round. They've always been able to get that wide receiver in the 4th round. They've always been able to add that linebacker in the 3rd round. They don't do a good job of getting stars. They don't get a good job. They don't do a good job of procuring stars, and they don't do a good job of keeping stars. Micah Parsons is a loyal guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this got to this point. You don't guys that intend on being very transient in their careers don't get this angry when you diminish them, when you disrespect them. That's why Micah was so upset. Now you're the team that was willing to pay the premium, and you're going to get the best version of Micah Parsons that he can be. So now you look at that defense, which I did not have any belief in going into this season, and I do. Fun stat. In terms of DVOA with Micah Parsons off the field, where did the Dallas Cowboys rank over the last 4 years?
15.
32. Where did they rank with him on the field?
10.
1.
1. Wow.
That's the greatest indictment you will ever hear. Take the other 10 starters for the Green Bay Packers defensively. Compare them to the other 10 for the Dallas Cowboys. Who's better? It's Green Bay, and it's not even close.
Mm-hmm.
It's Green Bay, and it's not even in the ballpark, because that's how big this guy actually is. Because the difference between Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons, and this has always been my argument, is that a really creative defensive coordinator can move Micah Parsons all over the place. He can have his hand down. He can be standing up. He can play off-ball linebacker. I think he can play 3-4 outside linebacker. You put him all over the place. So there's really no way to know where he's coming from at any given time. As soon as you see him, you have to basically change the entire blocking scheme because you have to deal with him. That makes everybody else better. Because now instead of getting, and I'm trying to think of which player I want to use here. I would have used Kenny Clark, but, that's the one that pushed Jerry over the edge. Now a defensive tackle, instead of getting one of those sandwich double teams, and I use double teams with the rabbit ear quotes, not because two guys are going after you, but because two guys can hit this way and then help this way. You can't do that with Micah Parsons on the field. It's not possible. Because you have to allocate two entire players to dealing with Micah Parsons because nobody can block him one-on-one. So now that defense is way better. What does that mean? I've yet to hear one person say this, and it baffled my mind. And I get it. It's the Cowboys. You got other things to talk about, and you got a limited amount of time to talk about it.
Yeah.
What's that do?
What's that?
Who is the happiest person in the world right now? It's Jordan Love. Because now I went from having to win shootouts to I got a defense that should be able to keep teams under 20 points a week.
Agreed.
If you're Matt LaFleur, as soon as this trade went down, you should have walked in to whatever room Jordan Love was sitting in, looked him dead in the eyes and said, all I'm asking you to do is score 21 points a week.
Mm-hmm.
We gave you the running back. You got Josh Jacobs. You have two tight ends that are serviceable enough in Kraft and Carlson.
Mm-hmm.
You got a receiver room that's top 12. There's no star.
Nope.
But there's a lot of
7
solid 2s, 3s.
I was going to say 7 threes.
The offensive line is fine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need you to score 30 points a week. I need you to score 21 points a week. That's all I'm asking. Because that defense will keep teams under 20 points unless it's a really, really good offense. And those games you're probably losing anyway. Yeah, you go up against Pat Mahomes. I'm sorry, Pat Mahomes, Jordan Love. I don't care about the other 52 guys on the field. You're going to lose that 9 times out of 10. It's just the way it is.
Sure.
There can only be so many Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jacksons, Joe Burrows, Josh Allens, Jaden Daniels. There's only 5.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 in the entire league. You don't have one. You're paying like you do. But you just got Micah Parsons for 2 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, those 2 first-round picks are going to be in the, I'll say in the 20s. Just because I don't want to project. I would say it'd probably be in mid to later 20s.
Possibly.
What's that actually going to be? Green Bay Packers history, what have they really done there in the 20s? I've said this for years.
Not a thing.
If you don't draft well in the first round, then who cares about the picks?
Right.
Especially when you have a front office that's done a pretty good job of hitting 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, and 7s. If you have guys that can stay on your roster for the duration of a rookie deal, you're better drafting late than you are early.
Agreed.
You can't draft an edge rusher to save your life. Outside of Rashawn Gary, there hasn't been one on this team in 15 years that was even worth mentioning. Not because you hadn't thrown the capital at it, because you're not good at it. I read a piece from somebody with, I don't remember now who wrote it, but somebody, it was some Packer beat writer. They was talking about, I don't know how you looked at Lucas Van Ness and Will McDonald and didn't see that one was a considerably better pass rusher than the other. I thought one would be a better all-around player, but I agreed with every word he said. Because you don't do that well. You went and took care of a problem because now you have Micah Parsons who's going to make every edge rusher on the opposite side better.
Yep.
If you draft a top 50 edge rusher on the opposite side, he's going to be top 25 because Micah's there. Same thing with your defensive linemen, same thing with your defensive tackles, same thing with your linebackers, same thing with your corners, same thing with your safeties. You have propped up Jordan Love. You propped up this entire team. There's not many guys in the league that can do that, and I don't care that it costs you 2 first-round picks. And secret time, money, I don't care. From here on out, how much a guy got, I don't care. I don't care because it doesn't matter. There's so many ways that I can allocate it, especially if it's a deal that's 4 years or longer. 5 years from now, who knows? The aliens may have taken us over, or we may be run by Joey Behar. I don't know, and I'm scared to think about it. Live in the now. The Green Bay Packers have lived in the now. They're looking at the NFC going, the Philadelphia Eagles are vulnerable because they've lost so many pieces. The Lions are vulnerable because they've lost 2 coordinators. Mm-hmm. I don't really care about the rest of the division because I don't see how J.J. McCarthy or Caleb Williams are getting you to an NFC championship game. We have to contend with the Eagles. We have to contend with the Commanders. We have to contend with the Detroit Lions. You look at the West, Matthew Stafford's 38 years old. I don't know exactly what Seattle is. I like them, but I don't think they're in a title window. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Arizona Cardinals are in a title window. San Francisco's on the low side. Why would I not make this move? I didn't think they would do it because I didn't think they would pay it. They were always the team that made the most sense outside of the Baltimore Ravens.
I never truly thought he was available. And that's why it was such a shock to me, was that this was all a game, right? Just like Jerry's been doing, creating the soap opera over and over and over again with Emmitt Smith, with everybody that's ever come to him to ask for a contract. It's always a problem. It's always a story for weeks on end. And then in the end, he gives them their money. I never really thought he'd be that stupid. I never thought Jerry Jones would look at his own franchise, the one that he cried on television about, and, about this being for my family, and then just set it on fire like he's a 12-year-old kid in the neighborhood with a bag of poo in his hand. It's ridiculous that you would get rid of a player like Micah Parsons.
I agree.
Who's the idiot that would trade Lawrence Taylor? You never would have done it.
No, because it doesn't make any sense.
It makes zero sense. I don't care what you have to pay him.
But
I agree with you. When the player matters, when the player deserves it, the money doesn't matter.
What did I tell you the last show that we did together live? Because you said the same thing.
Yeah.
I can't see how Jerry will trade him.
Yeah.
I don't think it's about Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see how Micah comes back. There is a thing about type A's. You only push me so far.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't enough money in the world. There's not.
Yeah.
Because I know I will get money no matter where I go. And I think Micah got there.
Mm-hmm.
And then Green Bay, look, you said you were shocked. I was not. The Packers didn't shock me either because they were the name I kept hearing. Mm-hmm. They were the team that I kept hearing. They were involved in this from the jump. Then it came out yesterday that now Dallas is listening to trade offers, and I went, in my head, this is a 3-horse race. There are only 3 teams that I could see him going to.
Yeah.
And it was the Green Bay Packers, it was the Baltimore Ravens, and it was the Buffalo Bills. That was it.
Yeah.
I didn't see anybody else.
You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400. The Football Friday will roll on after the top of the hour. We will stop talking about the NFL. I mean, we know we're on the Living the Dream tour. We're doing the college football stuff. We're here in the stadium. But, when major news breaks in the NFL, we will obviously cover all of the angles. Now, when we come back from the top of the hour break here, we will discuss our first game of the Ingles Living the Dream tour last night. It wasn't a lot of greatness to see, but we were there.
We almost saw a fight in the stands that I think would have been a lot more entertaining than the game would have been.
We did. Tonight, it's Appalachian State and Charlotte in Bank of America Stadium. We'll be there for that. Follow us on all the social medias at the Sportsocracy for highlights of the journey. We'll be back right here on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. Bingo. Oh, Billy. All right, now I switched it into auto mode, so it's going to immediately go into the next break after this one. And this will walk us, if you'll notice on the left side there where it tells you the times, it'll tell you what time each one of those is going to hit. So you can see the ID is going to hit right at 59:50. And so that's going to get us to the top of the hour. And I'll switch that off when we get into the open for the second hour. So don't worry about it. You won't have to hit nothing. This way you can go to the bathroom if you need to. Okay, cool. I was just saying we got like 3 minutes left. I'm going to have me a little oatmeal cream pie. All right, we have
a slew of super chats to get to.
We do have we have what, 5 of them? The last one I stopped at was Colin. Okay, so there's Kevin, Gary, Timothy, Jimothy.
Hey, can you play a sound from your computer? I heard that earlier.
Play a sound from my computer?
Can you play Underdog from your computer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we need to do that then, because I got to be able to hear it, because I can't guess at it.
Okay.
And I have to hope my heart's not going to explode as I try to do this.
Please don't. I don't want to have to try to carry your dead body back to Asheville in that truck.
Can you explain to me how UNLV is playing a game at Sam Houston?
Well, I don't understand. I don't see how these Power 5 or Power 4 coaches get talked into these things. Like Carolina playing at Charlotte. I don't understand that at all. You might as well have Alabama play at Alabama State. It's more intimate environs. You could sell those tickets for $5,000 a piece. Who's going to stop Ryan Williams on Florida State? No one.
They got a corner.
Do they have a corner? Who's your corner? Is he? I mean, he's good.
Yeah, kid from Houston, Jeremiah Wilson.
Ooh,
he's real good.
Jeremiah Wilson. Okay, there you go. There's your answer. Eat, sleep. I don't think there'd be too many. Colin, though, good for you. He said Ty Simpson. He's the one that's going to stop
no
Ryan
doubt.
Williams. Menu at the tailgate is beer brats with sauteed onions and kraut, chips, and Cajun crab dip. Let's fucking go!
Patrick Holt, can you just come to every event with us?
Yes, he should. He is the podfather. All right, here we go. Just let it roll. You don't have to hit nothing. All right, we're live board. By golly. It is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, 1400, the Sportsocracy. Usually coming to you from the Ingles studio, but today we are on the Ingles Living the Dream tour, and we're coming to you from the iHeart Charlotte studios. As I said, high atop South Tryon Street in downtown Charlotte. Ready for another stop on the Ingles Living the Dream tour. This is stop number 2 of 6 on the 5-day kickoff spectacular. Last night, Jeremy, we went to NC State, East Carolina. I don't feel like we need to go too in-depth with this, but last night was terrible.
You're both bad.
It was awful football.
East Carolina ran 29 times last night.
Yes.
For 30 yards.
I could have done better than that.
No, you couldn't.
Yeah,
you died. Trust me. I watched you in the truck, just 1 4-hour drive to Raleigh, and I honestly thought we were going to have to take you to the hospital.
I was cramping, okay? Look, sometimes that happens.
You know how else you cramp? When somebody hits you at about Mach 4. You could not have done better. But most FBS football teams could have.
Could have.
East Carolina, you're bad. Mm-hmm. You probably should have kept Mike Houston because he's way better in coach than anything I saw last night. NC State. I don't know what this thing is that you do. This little
dance where they wave their arms up and down and everybody's bobbing in the stadium and they're like, woo, big third down.
Yeah, you know when that looks goofy? Every time. You know it looks really goofy? When you've allowed 8 third downs in a row.
Absolutely.
That's not working. You know what you should try?
Else.
Mo Bamba. Mo Bamba.
They played that at one point.
Yeah, they did. And guess what? It was right before the 4th down that they didn't convert.
Mm-hmm.
And there's our takeaways. Congratulations tonight, App State, Charlotte.
I apologize,
we're gonna have a lot of fun.
or I don't apologize. I feel for NC State fans this year because you are going to have a rough year. The ACC's not good compared to the bigger conferences,
and you're still going to go 4-8.
Exactly. And if NC State wins 3 games in the ACC this year, I will be utterly surprised. From what I saw last night, that team is terrible, and C.J. Bailey is not worth whatever money he's making.
If it's $8.
Hate it for you. Right. Look, this is the new world you've stepped into. You start paying these guys, we're going to be more brutal.
Uh-huh.
And you don't get any you don't get any kid gloves in professional sports anymore. And you are professionals.
You cash the check, bruh.
Uh-huh. And you are not putting anything on the field that they should be proud of. NC State's bad at football. What's their win total in Vegas? If you run out and get that right now, because I got a feeling it's going to be at like 6. 5.5.
I would
6.5.
have to look, but I can get there.
Yeah. I'm just curious. I'll take the under.
They've already got one, so it may have even swung.
Right. Which is ridiculous. I don't care about rivalry games. East Carolina, period, is bad period at football.
You can't get NC State. They're not even on the board.
See?
They saw the same thing we did last night.
Absolutely. It was an embarrassment. It was a cool venue, though. My first game at Carter Finley Stadium, I got to give you props. The place was real nice, except for some reason, these smart engineers that they have at NC State can't figure out how friggin' seats work in a stadium. Who
puts one in the middle? I've been to 1,000 stadiums. I've never been to one where it's like, hey, we have seats 1 and 2. Cool, that's in the middle?
Yeah. Excuse me.
Quick question. Why?
Right.
But why is it?
The aisle, if you've never been there, we sat in section 227, which was real confusing because it was right next to 127 and they were on the same damn level. Make that make sense. 227, you usually go up a level. But no, this was going like around the bend at the end zone. And the aisles aren't the entrance to the section. The section ends in the middle of the row.
It's
the first
bananas.
seat on both sides of the aisle when I got there were 10, and I went, well, where the hell's 1?
It was fun. I'm not going to lie. After watching Tank consume some tailgate beers, it was really fun to watch. I knew the
I was
answer.
confused as
I
hell.
just didn't want to walk across people because I don't enjoy doing that. That's usually why I sing.
I went up to 3 different ushers and asked them what the hell was happening, and they all just looked at me. It's right over there. Like, no, it's not.
I asked 2, and they both said, ask that one. But I just did it. He told me to ask you. Okay, I don't care anymore. I'm going to steal this seat that no one's sitting in.
Yeah, exactly.
One of
fix
my
your seats.
we got to get to a bunch of super chats,
Yes.
but my favorite non-super chat that I've seen so far is when I said they should have done the Obama thing. Notorious B.I.G. said, I thought Jeremy said Obama, and that would have been hilarious. Just play an audio of Barack Obama going, I don't think you should score.
Let me be
Right
clear.
here. Let me be clear.
NC State football,
It's bad,
1 pack,
but
1 pride.
but I don't think you're going to score right here.
Let's hit the old super chat button. Let's shout out Colin, who has gifted 5 new memberships into the Sportsocracy on the YouTube stream. So thank you for that, Colin. And let's see, welcome aboard Brandon and RJ, Tommy, Slam and Sammy Joe, and Commanders for Life.
You got to love it. I do love seeing Commanders people here.
Yes.
Y'all are going to be seeing a lot of me listening. What up, big dog?
All right, let's hit another one. Little sawbuck here from Kevin Mullen. He says Kyle Shanahan bought his blind friend a cheese grater for his birthday.
That's one of my favorite. I think we're going to have to make a graphic for Kevin
Yes.
for his Kyle Shanahan thought of the day,
Yes.
and we'll ask AI to make it. We'll ask AI to make it with the great kazoo hat, where his hat's like one of those oversized, goofy hats.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just like his introductory press conference.
Yes.
Yes. I love it.
Where the bill looks like it would cover
Kevin
a Kia
Mullen,
Rio.
you are a content creator. Welcome to the producers of the Sportsocracy.
Welcome in.
He says, question, any other teams in convo for Parsons, specifically from the NFC West, maybe?
The ones that I know called. I know unequivocally called. Were the Pack, obviously. Buffalo.
Okay.
Baltimore. The Jets called. New England called. I'm forgetting one. Detroit.
So
those are the ones I know.
So nobody from the NFC
I can't tell you that that's all of them.
Right.
I have somebody that covers every team in the NFL. So when I sent the text, I got a few back that went, I know we made an offer. It just wasn't that.
Yeah.
From what I was told, no team offered 2-1s except Green Bay. There were some conditional
That
ones.
surprises me.
It doesn't for me because if at $47 million,
Money, yeah.
I mean, you think about Buffalo, you're out. I have to be able to restock the roster.
Right.
So as soon as you say I'm going to need $47 million, I can't move the numbers to that point.
All right, another super chat from Gary Birch. He says, tell Ingles I was in Greenville, needed some stuff, and passed a few other options just to go there. That's loyalty.
That is loyalty.
That's brand loyalty, and no one is more brand loyal than us, Jeremy.
Hey, look, I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. You, the great constituency of this here program, your loyalty is very obvious to a lot of people because in the last week, this is the week of living the dream. How much have you seen me other than the last 24 hours and doing this show? It's been nothing but business meetings, and it's because so many people want to be involved in this. And it's all because of you guys.
Absolutely.
It is. It's 100% because of you guys. We are 2 morons. We tell people that every time we walk in a building. That's how I've introduced myself here to every person. And it was crazy that some of these people are like, hey, you're the guys that do all those football games and you do all the crazy stuff on the road. I've heard that 4 separate times today. I've only seen like 10 people.
Yeah.
So that's all because you guys. We couldn't do it without you.
Absolutely. We're trying to make our way the only way we know how. And you guys are a big part of that. And we cannot thank you enough for helping us live the dream. Because it's decisions like Gary made that they realize, oh, that is valuable for us.
That's a very loyal fan base.
Exactly. And so
they
we
love
need
those
to keep,
2 morons.
Right. So we need to keep sending them on the road for the Living the Dream tour. And that's why we are in Charlotte today. We will be in Atlanta tomorrow. We will be in Atlanta on Sunday. We will be in Chapel Hill on Monday night for the wrap-up of the kickoff weekend.
I can also confirm this will not be the last time you see this studio on this here YouTube in this here season. So you do with that information what you will.
Most definitely. Let's see. We got another super chat here from Timothy O'Toole. Sorry, I went all game show on that one. I was like, Timothy O'Toole, come on down. Glad that I can make it now. And he says I'm back to classes. So, congratulations.
He's doing the Lord's work. We need him to get his degree so he can be the official counsel
yes.
of the Sportsocracy.
Yes.
If Tank keeps telling people nice move when they slide down a hill, we're going to need you, bro. Because I'm pretty sure 4 NC State fans were like, we can kick his ass. There's no doubt. Now, Igor over there, I'm not so sure about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a scar on the side of his face that I don't know how he got it, and I'm scared to know.
That short, fat one sure gets mouthy when the big one's around.
Yeah, if we catch him out by himself, bars of soap in a pillowcase.
I wasn't making fun of him. I thought I was
sounded
trying
like
to
you were.
compliment the guy.
It sounded like you were.
He was, you know, he was coming out of the woods because it's a long way to walk from some places to go to the stadium, and so he was walking with his friends, and he went up into the woods to take care of business. And when he came back down the hill, lost his footing and slid. And when he got to the ground, he did this really nice little like basketball player slide kind of thing. And all I did was shout out to him and tell him it was smooth, and I don't think they appreciated that.
Yeah, he learned.
They thought I was making fun of him.
He learned 2 valuable lessons: don't try to climb through the woods when you're intoxicated, and don't wear suede shoes when you whiz in the woods.
That's very, very true. Let's see. Let's go. We got another one. We got another one from Sir Jimothy. Raking it in today on the Sportsocracy Living the Dream Tour. I'm sure that Jerry thinks he traded a Michael, not Micah. Oh,
yeah.
He's confused.
Yeah, he told Steven, he's like, we got to be able to afford Micah Parsons. I traded Michael Parsons. No, Dad. No, we don't have a Michael Parsons. Yeah, we do. He was in account. We fired him in 1993. He went to Jimmy Johnson's wedding, and you said he was dead to you.
One more from Colin. All right, he says 2 things. The Packers are a playoff team.
Fact.
Now
100% fact.
Now, if you're talking Super Bowl, they got to prove that. One, that they can beat the Eagles or the Lions or anything other. Yeah, that I can't make out. I can't tell what the rest of that's supposed to say. All the words are
they have to prove that they're not going to falafel in the playoffs.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
And that they can actually beat one of those teams that's shown that they can win. And, which I agree. Here's what I would say about Green Bay is that when you have a Micah Parsons, it gives you a lot more room for error. Instead of having to play an A-plus game to beat a team that is better than you, now there are different varying ways because you never know. Micah Parsons might just go off and end 3 drives.
Right.
You end 3 scoring drives, that's worth a whole mess and gives Jordan Love a lot of room for error.
Let's go one more super chat here. This one from Be the Example. I don't know if I've seen that one.
That's
before.
Ronnie George.
Oh, that's Ronnie. Okay, cool. Hey, Ronnie. How you doing? Go Bucks. He says needed to chill before taking my PNC state exam.
It's a real estate exam.
Put y'all on because you calmed me down, and he passed it easily. Thanks, boys. That's awesome. Congratulations to you, sir. That dude can do anything he puts his mind to.
I'm convinced that Ron George, if he sat in his garage and went, I'm going to build an airplane, he could do it from the things that he found and the container of his garbage.
Smart, disciplined, good guy. I love
really
Ronnie.
guy. He also threw a falafel Jerry Jones in there. We're going to make falafel Jerry Jones T-shirts. I just conspired that. It's going to be in the Dallas Cowboy font, and we're going to sell them in a merch store. Those will be up before we get back to Asheville because that's happening in a third of the Super
like
Jets.
The old Dallas Cowboys font, the Western letters.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm in.
Yep.
Love it. Great idea. Great idea. You're in the Sportsocracy. This is ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We'll knock out the rest of the super chats in just a little bit here. When we come back, though, Jeremy, we need to do our daily draft. Daily draft will be where you're going to go this weekend. It's the first one of the season on a
Football Friday
here in the Sportsocracy, ESPN Asheville. Boom. All right.
Well, I guess I should hit the commercial button, shouldn't I? Boop, boop.
All good here. Let's go. All right,
Y'all are coming in solid with super chats today.
I have to run to the bathroom. Yeah, thanks, guys. That's awesome.
Chris D, I'm going to grade your fantasy football auction team during this break because I know you guys can hear me. Kyler, Jared Goff, I'm good with that. That's I'll say that's a solid B. Malik Neighbors, Nick, good God, your receiver room is nanners. Your receivers are an A, maybe even an A plus. I don't give a lot of A pluses. Kyron Williams, Brees Hall, R.J. Harvey, Tyron Tracy, Alec Gordon. That's a B plus room. I'll give you a B plus from top to bottom. Chris, that's a good team, and I'm glad I don't have to play against you because that is really, really, really good. I had to make sure we got to your super chat because we're running insanely low on time.
Studio D.
The only thing I don't like about this studio is how loudly I can hear you chew, breathe, drink, and every other thing that comes out of your face orifice. You stop all of that.
That's right. He's all into the. He's an ASMR guy. He really likes it. He just doesn't like that I'm turning him on. Khalil's a weird dude. Awesome. The Eagles Living the Dream Tour is on the road. We are down in Charlotte at the iHeart Charlotte Studios, coming to you from Studio B, right here on South Tryon Street as we get ready.
I think it's Studio D.
Studio D, excuse me.
Yeah, because I remember specifically thinking, hey, they put us in Studio Dumbass so they can keep a hold of us.
I meant to say D. But I feel like I'm getting it home here. I just found the shortcut to the bathroom. Right. You don't got to go all the way out to the glass entrance. They have a glass entrance to the studio. They have everything here.
Oh, I'm gonna shoot a video of what it looks like in here before we leave.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a really cool place. Anyhow, it is the Sportsocracy. We are coming to you live on ESPN Asheville on the Eagles Living the Dream Tour on a
Football Friday.
It's Football Friday, and the first one of the season where we got like a full slate of games to really choose from. Daily draft today, as we do every Friday during the football season. It's where you gonna go if you could go anywhere this weekend. Number one selection.
I'm taking it. Texas, Ohio State. I win.
Well, shoot.
I win.
I mean, yeah.
I win.
Yeah. It's got the potential to be one of the greatest games we've ever seen on opening weekend.
I see such a range of outcomes here.
Mm-hmm.
Ohio State has to me the two best players in the country.
Okay.
Jeremiah Smith and Caleb Downs
Uh-huh.
are the two best players in the country.
Agreed.
From there, it gets a little thinner. I don't know what to expect with the quarterback. I think Texas is the most talented defense in the country. It's in Ohio State. There's a lot that can happen here. I promise you, this game is going to be on a phone while we're in the bird's nest tomorrow watching Tennessee.
Yep.
And if that Tennessee game gets a little sloppy or get a little sideways, there's a great chance that Jeremy and his plaid orange pants and his Tennessee garb will be
Out the door.
Gotta go.
So you can go see the good game.
It's not the good game. I want to see Tennessee. They have several players that I really want to get. I want to get eyes on.
Absolutely.
I'm curious about Syracuse, but Texas Ohio State's the game of the day,
Mm-hmm.
then it's. And then what?
Yeah, that's as close to full NFL roster as you get
For
between
sure.
two teams in college football. Texas and Ohio State, the obvious choice.
I think two
For
is an
number
obvious
one.
choice as well.
Number two, to me, is obvious. It's LSU and Clemson.
That was the obvious one.
I've already said if this gets out of hand, I think it's 100% on LSU's side.
I don't think there's a chance it gets out of hand. The more I've thought about it,
Mm-hmm.
I will take a good game. Ramonzo Berry said take the over in Clemson LSU. I have flip-flopped on that so many times that I can say you said it, but I can't say I agree with you. I'm just going to avoid it.
Okay. I'm trying to look and see what it is.
58.5.
58.5.
Which seems high to me, but that's two really good defenses.
I don't know.
It's also two good quarterbacks.
It is two good
collegiately.
quarterbacks. And they've got weapons to use. The
And now-
defenses are good, and I could see that. I could see that being a game in the 30s, 33, 31. Something real close.
I could also see it being 13-10.
The defenses are pretty good.
The defenses are insane.
Yeah.
That's
LSU,
why
Clemson.
I have to say I would stay away from it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of being me, is that I get to pick from the whole slate of games so I can cherry pick the ones that I want. And I don't have a bell, but if I did, there would be dings for the first two because those will be in your bangers at the end of this here hour.
Indeed. Again, Jeremy's picks of the day, or picks of the Labor Day weekend coming up at the end of this. All right. Then Notre Dame, Miami.
That would not have been my third pick.
Really? Okay.
Not.
Notre Dame, Miami that is a game that is gonna. I feel like feel like we'll walk away from that and have pretty definitive feelings about where each of these programs is at. Is Carson Beck the answer for Miami at quarterback? It's just another transfer that comes in, and can you win the ACC? Notre Dame, I've said I can see a path where Notre Dame runs the table on their schedule, and
I don't see that. And I think we're going to have definitive thoughts coming out of this game. And I think the definitive thought is going to be that one of these teams is grossly overrated.
grossly.
I believe it will be Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
I also don't see a path that game's close.
Oh, you think Miami is going to boat race them?
That or Notre Dame's going to boat race Miami.
Huh.
That's one of those that I put in the bangers. And I went, that's either going to age really well because Miami is going to beat the bejesus out of Notre Dame. Or Miami is going to find some religion on the wrong side of Notre Dame, which is also possible. Jeremiah Love could run for 200-something yards.
Right.
Look, I don't buy Carson Beck. I never have.
Mm-hmm.
Now his weapons got worse, and you've got a lot of turnover at Miami. It's a very open-ended game. I just don't see a path that's close.
Was Notre Dame's defense bad, though?
Notre Dame's defense is really young.
Okay.
Look at how much they lost.
Yeah, I get it.
You lost the green dot in Kaiser. You lost the most consistent player on the defense in Xavier Watts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot. You know, losing your signal guy at all three levels does not tend to start well, especially when you start with a top 10 team.
Right. Well, we all wrote off Notre Dame last year after they lost to Northern Illinois. A loss to Miami.
That should have been enough to have kept them out of the playoff. I don't care if they wanted to.
Should have been. Miami, that'll be a little bit of a different story. The resurrection of the Catholics and the convicts, Notre Dame and Miami. That is my second selection. If you could go anywhere this weekend, where are you going to go, Jeremy?
My first pick's really easy, and it's where I think ESPN should have gone for Lee Corso's final show. It's Florida State, Alabama.
Yep.
You get two glamour programs like this that are at weird crossroads. This is another one of those games that I think we're going to have really definitive thoughts coming out of. Look, if Alabama goes in there and smokes Florida State, I'm not going to say the season's over.
Mm-hmm.
You're 80% of the way there. If they come in here and beat you 38-6, and the offense looks terrible with Gus Malzahn, the defense can't stop Ty Simpson, I don't think either of those things are going to happen. But if they do, yeah, Florida State's, it's dead man walking.
Yeah.
Mike Norvell is dead man walking. Conversely, if Florida State comes in here and does what I think they're going to do, which is keep that game really close or potentially even win, now I think you got to start looking at Kalen DeBoer going, yeah, you weren't in a great spot anyway because you don't be the guy that replaced the guy. You don't be the guy that replaced the guy And I think that talk would get super loud. If they lose to Florida State, they'll lose 4 games easy.
This has got to be a big moment for Kalen DeBoer. This is a huge game for him.
No doubt.
Because if he loses this game, he'll never live it down. Ever. Unless Florida State turns it around and does have a good season like Jeremy has predicted.
I don't know that it even matters. Alabama fans have this. They've all, and I can tell you this from a few years ago when in the DeAndre Francois fiasco. Alabama has this thought that the ACC is such inferior football that it doesn't matter what Florida State is. Right. If you lose to them, that's a bad loss. Even when they were a top 10 program, that's still a bad loss. So if he comes in here and loses, what happens to Florida State the rest of the year? It doesn't matter because the talk's already started. So if you lose
the
to
talk's
Georgia,
already started. They're already talking about Caleb.
Not really. They're always talking about the coach, but not to a point that's even worth acknowledging.
Right. It's not like I don't mean like the boosters are talking about it, right? The movers and the shakers in the organization or in the school are talking about it. No, everybody's talking about the fact that Kalen DeBoer is not Nick Saban and that this is not Alabama football and we can't lose 3 games a year. You open up with a loss to Florida State, that gets louder.
No doubt.
And then that's when the boosters start. That's when the organization starts talking of, okay, what's the next plan?
No doubt.
Where are we going from here?
All right, you asked me before we did this, before the show, how many games that we're going to are on your list?
Yes.
And I said every single one of them other than the one tonight. Because it wouldn't make my top 12. I'm glad we're here. I'm looking forward to it. But that's how good this week is.
Yes.
I think I'm going to surprise you with which game I take.
Okay.
I'm taking North Carolina TCU.
Oh. You like the drama, the branding there?
I don't care about anything in purple.
Okay.
I got us seats behind the TCU bench just so I could stare at what's happening on that sideline.
Okay.
I am so locked into how Bill Belichick deals with college players and how this looks. And does this look more like – you've been to enough games. An NFL sideline and a collegiate sideline look different.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious how that looks. I'm curious how the operation looks. I'm curious how Gio Lopez looks. I'm curious how the defense looks. To me, this week takes a perfect trajectory. This is like a title fight. Mm-hmm. Last night was the undercard. And they're fighting each other, but I'm not excited about it.
Right.
Tonight, it's like a trilogy fight of mid-lower card fighters.
Okay.
Yeah, they both won one. Now I'm kind of curious because there's some hate there.
So it's like a Max Holloway fight.
Probably a little too high on the card.
A little too high.
Still.
Okay.
Tomorrow, you got a fighter that's trying to get back on the top of the billing.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night, that's this could have been a headliner any other week. This could have been a headliner any other week. Then you get the WWE-style buffer match. Still good, but it wasn't good enough for title billing. And that's Sunday, South Carolina, Virginia Tech.
Okay.
And then, to me, the headliner's Belichick. To me, that's the most interesting story in college football.
Yeah.
Because it's the one variable that nobody else has. Nobody.
I agree.
Nobody has a former Super Bowl champion. Nobody has the greatest head coach in NFL history.
There you go.
Nobody has any of those things that are, for the first time on a college sideline, it's 70-some-odd years old when none of us ever saw it coming. Mm-hmm. That's the most interesting one in America to me. I know not everybody agrees with me, and people will say, oh, you're a homer because y'all are affiliates of Carolina.
No.
I have no loyalty. None whatsoever. I think that's the most interesting storyline in college football.
I have a lot, and y'all call me Homer all the time. It doesn't faze me at all. Facts are facts. Facts don't care about your feelings, right? TCU UNC is a huge game on Monday night, and it's going to be an interesting first test for the Belichick system, and whether or not it's going to work in college football.
I also agree with Victor Shelton. He said next weekend's college slate's a little lacking in quality games. You're not even kind of wrong. We're going to Georgia so he can get to a Georgia game that didn't cost me $5 million. And we're going to the Tampa Bay home opener, or the Tampa Bay road opener against Atlanta.
Yes.
So we will be back in Atlanta next week.
Yeah. So next week, it's all about Tank.
Yes.
We're going to Georgia. We're going to see the Bucks.
Well, I mean, and we had to do that because we had to have a week that was all about Tank because the following week is all about Jeremy because I ain't here.
That's the West Virginia trip?
No, that's business week.
Oh, that's the golf trip.
That's where Jeremy's got to go make sure, hey, when we live the dream 3, who's paying?
Yes.
Like, who's got? Let's talk about that money.
All right, my next selections will be games that we're going to. Virginia Tech, South Carolina, and then Tennessee and Syracuse.
I agree with you wholeheartedly.
We lucked out.
I
on
agree.
This trip, no doubt. We lucked out that we got a lot of great games to go see this weekend.
I agree.
I can't wait to see a great fan base tonight in the Appalachian State Mountaineers. They're still trying to build things in Charlotte, but I know a lot of Mountaineers fans are excited for tonight's game, and we will be there at Bank of America Stadium. Virginia Tech, South Carolina, that writes itself. I mean, this is Shane Beamer trying to break his way into elite coach territory.
I invested a lot into Atlanta because we're in the coolest part of the stadium for Tennessee Syracuse. We're in the Home Depot lot, which is like the big, gigantic tailgate lot. You're going to see a lot of us tomorrow morning, including maybe a surprise live. Maybe you should just be around your phone and wait for a notification that says there's 2 idiots. One of them's possibly intoxicated. And the other one's Jeremy.
I heard no lies. All right, and then Tennessee, Syracuse. I mean, this is the local, the local angle. I'm really interested to see what Joey Aguilar looks like in Power 4 football.
I am too.
And if it works, Tennessee's right there, right? I need to see it before I can invest in it. Right now, I think Tennessee is I don't even know that they're a steady top 25 team right now in my mind. However, you get a quarterback that I could see him play in the big leagues, and he does fine, I'm all in. Yes, that hurt me to say that about Tennessee.
That's okay. Chris Smathers told me to tell you he's got some just decked out orange stuff for you. He's got a Grateful Dead Tennessee shirt.
Well, maybe.
He and Patrick Holt are losing weight that we are gaining, by the way. I see pictures of the two of them, and I go,
Maybe we should do better.
Patrick Holt's not going to exist. He's losing weight at such a rate.
All right, what's next on your must-see list this weekend in college football?
I think these are going to be strange to you.
I think anything past this point is strange.
Baylor, Auburn, not close.
Okay.
Baylor is one of those teams that nobody's going to talk about that I find really fascinating. Because if their quarterback is as good as you're trying to tell me he is, and I have a theory that he's not as good as people think he is, and the video game is swaying you. He was really good on the game.
Okay.
And I've seen good in real life. I've just seen way gooder there. And I think that's swaying people. It was not an accident that we're sitting at club level tonight, because I wanted access to a television that would have that game where I could at least see the score. I could see what was happening. I can go check out what actually happened later.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is tonight as well. It's Georgia Tech, Colorado.
Solid.
I am fascinated by Colorado.
I'm not.
I'm fascinated by Colorado because I have call it a gut instinct. Tank, what's my rule about when the public goes one way?
You go the other.
And this time I'm not just going the other. I'm leading the band going the other way. Shadour's gone. Travis Hunter's gone. A lot of the noise is gone. A lot of those primetime big noon kickoff games are gone because he doesn't have the players. He doesn't have the players that you know. I think this is the best team he's had. I do. I think it's the best team he's had, and I'm not sure it's all that close. Travis Hunter was the best player he's had.
Yes.
I think this is the best team.
Well, it should be. If you're a good coach, this should be.
It should be, but nobody believes that.
Nobody believes it because we all focused on two things last year with them, and that was it. We talked time and time again about how this team would be terrible if they didn't have those two players, and nobody would talk about them if they didn't have Deion as their coach. Now it's time for Deion to prove that there's another bullet in the gun.
I think Caden Salter is every bit as good of a college quarterback as Shedeur Sanders. Not nearly the NFL prospect. That's not what I said. And I think the weapons, they don't have the one, but they're as deep as they were. The line's better. I think the defense will be better. And Georgia Tech is a really good test early. Not because Georgia Tech's a great team, but because they are a team that will show your defensive deficiencies. They were the team that really soured me on Adam Fuller because I knew exactly what you were doing. There was never any doubt in my mind what they were doing on any given play. Florida State could not stop it. If Colorado can't stop it, all the things I just said don't matter because they're going to be in shootouts all over again.
Well, we've successfully done it. We've successfully reached the end of all of the decent games.
Oh, I can't wait to hear what you're about to say. Because
I don't have many good choices.
Your next game, can we say last night? Is that acceptable?
Wow. It may not get more dramatic than that. I mean, one game that might get dramatic at the end is Colorado State, Washington. Think I got a shot? Can Colorado State pull an upset? Because, I mean, that's about the closest matchup we have other than Cal and Oregon State. Because everything else is, Georgia and Marshall and Florida and Long Island University and UTSA against Texas A&M. I can't pull a South Florida beats the crap out of Boise State. I just can't pull one of those out of another one out of this weekend.
Can I tell you got this game wrong?
Which one?
It's Utah UCLA. Nico Imaliava at home against the defense that's actually legit. That defense without Carson Schlesinger, without I can't believe his name. Why can I not think of his name?
I don't know.
He's been drafted. That's why. I'm going to tell you why. He got drafted.
He
got drafted and now went
out.
recycle bin.
Out.
There it goes. It'll come to me in a minute.
Yeah.
Without those two guys, this is going to be on Nico. Like, Nico's going to have to be out. He's going to have to go out there and be the guy that you want him to be. If he's not, then you're going to see why Tennessee was so fine with
just let him go.
Walk out the door.
Yeah, just let him go.
Walk out the door. It's not going to change anything for me.
Yeah, I guess there's drama there. Here, I don't care. UCLA's irrelevant.
Ola Oladejo. Good Lord, why could I could not get to that.
Good for you.
Thank you, Notorious B.I.G.
UCLA is irrelevant. They're not a contender in the Big Ten. I don't understand why the hell Nico would have wanted to go there, other than it was the only place that would give him money. He was looking for a boost, right? He was looking for a payday. He was looking for more money. And he settled for less at UCLA, did he not?
He did.
So, I don't know. Okay. Utah, UCLA. We'll count that as your sixth pick. And we will wrap up the daily draft here in the Sportsocracy on ESPN Asheville, 92.9 FM, 880 AM, and 1400. We got some super chats to clear up. Plus, we'll continue talking that football on a Football Friday after this.
Do you have Underdog pulled up for bangers at the?
I do. All right. So, do you want to do this like we used to? Take a break? Take the next break before
That's fine.
bangers? All right. So, we're going to do this a little differently than the last hour at the end here. We'll come back. We'll hit these super chats. Take this up to 48. I'll take it up to like 48. Then we'll hit the next 3-minute break. And then we'll come back and we'll do his gambling picks and close with that. Because we only use about 3 minutes to do that.
Not going to give me 4 today because I got a lot.
Okay,
picks.
I'll hit that at 47 then. He wants some extra time.
I have 10 picks. So.
Okay, cool. That works fine. All right. So, Brandon, you follow that? Okay, cool. Do you want me to put the intro in the thing here, or you got it? The tour intro. Okay, cool.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stephen Tao sent me a falafel Jerry Jones T-shirt that is one of the
falafel Jerry Jones. Is that a turd?
That's a falafel ball.
That's a falafel ball.
That's a falafel ball with arms and legs wearing a Dallas Cowboy helmet.
That's pretty cool.
That is phenomenal.
You know what we should do? We should have a logo of Jerry Jones Herschel style with the falafel words. You know what I'm saying?
I'd have zero idea what
Cracker
you're
Barrel.
Saying. Oh.
You have a Jerry Jones caricature.
Yeah, but they already
kind of Cracker Barrel
happen.
style. I don't know. I'm not the graphic artist, so I can't. I couldn't create something like that. But.
I could. The Cracker Barrel thing's just been beat to death. Like that horse is glue at this
Is it
point.
dead now? Bring. How long we got? We got like 30 seconds. Okay. Do you need more?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, excuse me. I apologize. It is ESPN Asheville, the Sportsocracy, coming to you live from the Ingalls Living the Dream Tour. We are in Charlotte today, stop 2 of the opening weekend of college football, and it has already been a fun trip. It's already been a tiring trip. Jeremy looked at me at one point last night while we were driving away from the stadium. I'm already dog tired, and it's day one. I mean, we were so loopy, we were crying, cracking each other up.
Well, I mean, we did see Halle Berry and her Catwoman suit last night. So. Oh, boy. I don't know where that girl's mama was, but she was pissed. At least I would have been. As the father of 3 daughters, no. You are not allowed to go to a tailgate that way. That's no.
I know where her mama was. She was right next to her.
You're a weird guy, Tank. You're just a weird guy. Tell her to pull her pants up.
She needs to pull them jeans up. Anyhow.
That's one of those stories we'll tell on an uncensored live stream
Uncensored
one day.
Live, yes.
That will make a lot of people laugh.
Indeed it will. We have some super chats we need to get here, too, because, everybody is just itching for the bangers. So let's get the super chats out of the way here so we can close this Football Friday out in pure Flostradamus fashion. First super chat. Which one is it?
It's Sir Jimothy, who said, JG Rags Tank's super chat dance, but we saw the Facebook video. Yeah, guess what? There's going to be one tonight. Dance is going to get goofier.
No doubt.
You want to talk smack about me? I'm happy with who I am. I'm proud of me. I got them moves. You don't know.
You did miss a perfect opportunity, though, to catch the Tank Spencer third down NC State dance. Because I was having some fun with the arm wave.
Oh,
that was fun.
Yeah, Tank, he was crossing things up. The guy sitting behind you hated you with the fire of 1,000 suns because he knew exactly what you were doing.
100%. Because I just don't
They get so into it. It's so goofy.
Right, like stop doing it. You're not in command here. You're not doing anything. Your team is god awful, and every time you play this stupid song, East Carolina just goes, "Ooh, look, there's a crosser over the middle. Boom, first down."
Oh, and by the way, the fact that you were playing the music at that, they were just going ball, ball.
Yep.
I mean, they were running at Mach 5.
Yep.
And
they caught him sleeping a couple of times. That big touchdown play was just everybody was right. They were I think they were trying to do a mass substitution or something in that, and it just didn't work.
They were asleep
They were
at
awful.
the wheel.
Yeah, the head coach needs to do some stuff over there, Dave Doran. Next super chat.
Red Sea takeaways from NC State ECU. How the falafel do you false start on a victory kneel down? I wondered that myself. Nobody, you don't move. There's only 2 guys that are supposed to move: the center and the quarterback.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah. One more from Glenn. Glenn says, "Happy Labor Day weekend, fellas. Thanks for all you do." Thank you, Glenn. We appreciate your support, sir.
We appreciate you, Glenn. We also had the member super chat from Red Sea, who's been here with us for a whole year.
Nice.
And I feel like it's been longer than that. Red Sea has slid straight into Show G.
Mm-hmm.
We have one more super chat, too, before we take this commercial break.
Indeed. This is from Dana. Dana R. She says the sound level for YouTube is low. And her phone's on max.
So I wanted to acknowledge this. The equipment we have is not used to equipment that works. No, it's good. It has a different. See what happened. The waves here are they're gooder. I don't know how else to say this. This studio is so far and away better than what I've never been in a studio like this in all the years I've been in radio.
Yeah.
It's incredible. We weren't really prepared for that, so we had to kind of guess.
Mm-hmm.
So if you thought this show has been low, we apologize. We'll make a note of that, and we can kind of modulate it a little better next time. We said it and went, no one's car speakers will explode. Yep. And that's what we wanted, because we have done that before. Mm-hmm. We came in on fire.
Speaking of on fire, it's that time. Everybody's favorite moment of the week in the football season, the bangers.
My heart's on fire for El Bangers.
I will have Jeremy's picks of the weekend coming up after this. All right. All right, that was later than we anticipated, but that's okay. Yeah, it's fine. Got plenty of time. Where's my thing?
That's what you said. Wife said on your wedding night.
I can't find my thing.
It's yours, but same premise. All right, you'll have to point at me when it's time for me to go. Underdog needs to go right after Baylor.
Yes, you have so we have coming out of this break the green on green open that's right below underdog. So as soon as the break's over, fire that green on green open. I'm not going to say anything. He just jumps in and starts doing his picks. So once that hits, you hear him talking, pull that down underneath him. You can click it again to stop it after you pull it down. And then he's going to do how many picks?
1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, he's got 4 picks to throw out. And then he'll say something to the effect of, but that's not why you're here, or it's my favorite part of the week. And when he does that and he gets real excited and he stops talking, hit that underdog.
How long do we have? I got to know when to hit record.
Huh?
How long do we have before we come back?
You got 35.
Okay. Count me down to the intro, because I don't have a screen up so they can see us, because I'm gonna put this out.
Brandon, do you know the underdog theme song? Okay, all right. So there's you'll hear it when it gets to a part where it goes speed of lightning, roar of thunder. He jumps in and screams like speed of lightning, roar of thunder. So just monitor that. Don't let it roach out.
I try to get away from the mic before I do it.
Yeah, here we go. Yep. Hold on.
It's the best time of the week for me. It's time for bangers. I don't have a ton of favorites this week, but we start UNLV tonight's an 8.5-point favorite at Sam Houston. Look, I get it. Dan Mullen couldn't play dead in a cowboy movie defensively, but I think we're overreacting a little bit to what we saw last week. UNLV is going to cover 8.5. They burned me last week. They won't burn me this week. Appalachian State minus the 2.5. But They have a SEC quarterback. Charlotte has also an SEC quarterback. But the rest of the team's not even close. Give me Appalachian State minus 2.5. I'm getting cocky minus the 8.5 with South Carolina against Virginia Tech in Atlanta. We'll be there on Sunday. I think South Carolina, it's not going to be by much. I do think that game will be close. Give me the late backdoor cover for South Carolina minus the 8.5. Texas is a 1.5-point favorite at Ohio State. And I don't like it. I liked it better when it was plus money, but I'll still take Texas. I think they're going to win by about a field goal. I think the Arch Manning difference is about that much with Julian saying the first-time quarterback. I like Texas's roster a lot. I don't trust Steve Sarkisian, and it may blow up in my face, but I'm going Texas minus the 1.5. But that's not what we're here for. Speed of lightning, roar of thunder. Baylor's a 1.5-point dog at Auburn. Baylor's got a better quarterback. They're just better. It's a better team. Give me the Baylor Bears. Colorado's a 4.5-point dog against Georgia Tech. And you know what? I haven't believed in Deion Sanders the entire time he's been at Colorado, but I believe in him now. Give me Colorado plus the 4.5. They're my money line. Achy breaky, no mistakey of the week. The Colorado Buffaloes. Syracuse is a 14.5-point dog against Tennessee. It's not by much, just a hook. But ask your buddy the fish. Sometimes a hook can ruin your life. Give me Syracuse plus 14.5. Miami's a 2.5-point dog against Notre Dame at home, and that's just stupid. I don't trust Mario Cristobal. I don't trust Marcus Freeman either. This is the same coach that lost to Northern Illinois in the first week of the season last year. I think he's going to lose again here to Miami. LSU plus the 4.5 at Clemson. I don't know who's going to win this game, but it's too many points. This should be a field goal either way. A field goal to whoever's at home, and that's Clemson. But 4.5 is too much. Give me LSU plus the 14.5. And finally, my team, baby, them Florida State Seminoles. You kicked us while we were down. You spit on us in the ditch, and we're going to lose by about 10. But that's less than 14, so give me the Florida State Seminoles plus 14.5.
And, of course, you could take all of those over to the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Make yourself some money this weekend. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturday's just got a whole lot more fun. College football is back. And if you think you know the game, you can put your knowledge to the test with the DraftKings Sportsbook. Turn your picks into big payouts, Jeremy. With live betting, rivalry week odds boosts, and more, DraftKings Sportsbook has everything you need to own every Saturday.
And here's something special for first-timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5, get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use our code WPEK. That's code WPEK for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-718-5543 or visit morethanagame.nc.gov. 21 plus, North Carolina only. Eligibility restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio.
It is the Sportsocracy, and the Living the Dream Tour is in full effect as we are on day 2, live from Charlotte. It's been a pleasure hanging out with all of you today here in the Sportsocracy. Follow us at the Sportsocracy on all the social medias and follow the Living the Dream Tour. We will see you back here on Tuesday.
Whoo, boy.
Yes, sir.
Even pulled the legal as quick as I could physically get it
Good
out of
for
my
you.
mouth.
I had wondered. I had wondered if you even thought about pulling that
I
up.
thought it as soon as you said, and you can take all your wagers, and I went, no. And then you tried to kick it to me, and I went, nope, go ahead and give me about 3 more seconds, and then I'm going to go like I ain't never gone before.
Good job, man. That's awesome.
Whew.
Pulled that one right out of the old keister.
I'll bet my blood pressure right now is about 396 over 422. Oh, much love to everybody. Check us out on social media tonight. We'll be across all of them doing all of the things. We're going to do some fun stuff down in Atlanta with some food, with some tailgate. We'll have Clarissa Sells, WNC.com with us. HWA will be with us. So check us out on social media. It's going to be a fun time. And much love to iHeart Charlotte for being wonderful, nice, and letting us
No
play
doubt.
with all their nice toys.